Hi, Timothy Unkert from UnkertMedia.com here. In this video, I want to talk about rescue in Ruby. So let's create a file, and this is part of my Ruby mega tutorial. So I'm on file 24 for that. And so I'm going to create a new file, and it's a new Ruby file. I'm going to name it 024_rescue.rb. Now my IDE will add that for me, the .rb extension, but make sure you do that. Okay, so the first thing I want to create is an array. I'm just going to call it my_arr, and it's going to have some numbers in it, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, with rescue, you're going to have this begin where you're going to try out this code, and then it rescues you if there's an issue. Okay, so let's do a begin, and then we have an end. And first off, we're just going to do puts my array at index 3. Okay, and so that'll print out the number 4 because it's the fourth one is at index 3. So we go 0, 1, 2, 3, should print out 4. Let's open up a terminal here. We'll run Ruby 024. I'm going to hit autocomplete or hit tab to autocomplete, and we see we get 4. Nice. Now let's do puts my_array. Now let's pass in a string 3 and see what happens here. Okay, so let's open up the terminal and let's run it, and we see we get a type error here. No implicit conversion of string into integer. So our program breaks at this point. Well, with rescue, you can handle this. So what we could do is we could go down here and we can say rescue, and we'll rescue for our type error. Okay, and inside of rescue, what we'll do is we'll print out something like indices of the array must be integers. Okay, something like that. All right, so let's now try this again. So we'll run the program again, and we see instead of getting that big error message, we've got this rescue, when it's called the type error, indices of the array must be integers. Okay, cool. All right, so I also want to take in some user input here in this program. So let's go above our begin and our end, and let's get two numbers that someone can divide. Okay, so let's use print this time. We'll do print enter two numbers to divide, and we'll do a /n because we're using print, and then we'll print what is the numerator, so the top part of the fraction. Do a question mark and a /n there. And then we'll say my_num for numerator. You name it whatever you want, equals gets.chomp. And we'll do 2f for a float, in case they want to enter in the float. And then we'll do a print, and we'll say, what is the denominator? And actually for this numerator here, we'll just leave a space. We'll do the same thing here, leave a space, and we'll say my_den for my denominator equals gets.chomp, and we'll convert this to a float in case they want to enter in a decimal point number. Okay, and then we'll say something like, just in case they enter in a denominator of 0, we'll say my dn double equals 0, so 0.0. If it equals that, we'll make sure both are integers. So we'll say, really probably don't need to do this, but my num equals my num to I, and my denominator equals my denominator to I. Okay, so we're making sure that these are integers if it equals 0, but that's not going to take that's going to still potentially cause a problem, right? So let's go down here and we'll comment this part out. Okay, and now we'll do something. We'll do a put statement here and say the quotient of the division is, and we'll do a plus my underscore num divided by my underscore denominator. And we'll make sure it's a float. We'll say to float. Doesn't really matter. That's not exactly what I'm trying to show you. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll open up the terminal here and let's run our program. And we see we're getting an issue here, a little warning, but we'll do a 5. What's the denominator? Let's do 0. Oh, look at that. We got a 0 division error. So you can't divide by 0 because it's undefined. So this breaks our program. But that's okay because we can rescue ourselves out of that as well. All right, so I'm going to go down. You can either go above this or below it. Let's just go below. We'll do a rescue, and we'll do a 0 division error. So it's going to rescue it from that. And we'll print out something like, listen, bro, you can't have a denominator of 0. And okay, so now let's run our program. Okay, so and actually I'm seeing another issue here. Let's hover over this. Cannot coarse float to or string to float to a common type. So maybe we'll do to underscore string, and then that issue goes away. We also have another warning here. Let's see. Local variable myArray is not used because we commented out this code. You know what? We can just comment this out as well. Okay, so all the warnings go away. All right, let's try this again. So we're going to open our terminal here, run our program. Let's do 20.4. What's the denominator? We're going to do 0.0. And it says, listen, bro, you can't have a denominator of 0. So it rescued us from breaking our program and told us what was wrong, okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to uncomment my array there. It's control / in case you're wondering. And below this, we'll do, let's actually comment this out because we don't need it for this example. We'll do a puts, and we'll do a my underscore array dot fetch, and we'll fetch at, we'll try and get index 20. Okay, so we're trying to get index 20 and print it. Let's see what happens with this. So let's run Ruby, the program again. Enter 2 numbers to divide. I didn't comment that out, so let's do 4 and 3. And then we get an error here from fetch, okay? It says an index error. Index 20 is outside of the array bounds, okay? So we have an index error. Well, guess what? We can rescue our way out of that. And I'm going to show you something a little bit different in the syntax here. So I'm going to do a little difference here. So I'm going to do rescue and then index error. And I'm going to do this fat arrow, so an equal sign and then a greater than symbol. And then we'll say ERR for error, create a variable. And we'll say puts. And we're going to give them a message. And then what we're going to do is actually show the error with the message. And the message will be something like the array does not contain that index, bro. And so now let's run this, okay? Let's see what happens. So we're going to open up our terminal, run our program. What is the numerator? Again, I didn't comment that out. And we see the array does not contain that index, bro, okay? So we didn't do anything with this yet because I was like, why did that not work? And then I realized I have to print it. So let's do puts error now. Okay, so now we're going to actually get what the error is. Okay, so let's open this up, rerun. Again, let's just do 7 and 3.2. And now we get the array does not contain that index row. Index 20 outside of array bounds. Okay, so you get the error message in case you want that. So you can also do, let me close this out. You can also do this syntax here to get the error message. I think that's all I wanted to cover with rescue in this video. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like as it will help get out to more people. And also consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. It really does help the channel grow. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.